Hey, it's Jason with inflatableboarder.com, and today we're going to be reviewing the brand new 2019 Aztron Urono. Now this is a really exciting new model for 2019. This board measures 11.6 by 32 by 6. The board weighs in at about 27.5 pounds, and it's capable of supporting up to 330 pounds of weight. This board features a classic touring SUP shape, and it features the company's double technology. This is a really fun board in the water. It paddles very well. It's quick, it tracks really well despite only having a single fin, and the board at 32 inches wide is very stable. So if you're maybe a beginner or an intermediate paddler and you're looking to step up your board to something that's a little bit faster than your typical all-around board, this is a great option because it gives you some added performance, but it doesn't really sacrifice anything in terms of stability. The top deck of the board is covered by a diamond grooved EVA foam traction pad, offers excellent grip and is very comfortable on the feet. Mid-board is a comfortable carrying handle. Also, you'll notice instead of placing the air valve at the tail of the board or even at the nose of the board, the company has two valves. They're kind of mid-board, but a little bit more towards the nose of the board. When you inflate this board, you're going to inflate the inner chamber first. The inner chamber is essentially a box design that you'll see when you inflate the board for the first time. This inner box basically adds additional rigidity and stiffness to the board, and it also gives you an added element of safety because in the event that you would puncture the main air chamber of your board while you're out on the water, or if you would suffer failure, a leak of some sort, normally that would sink your board while you're out paddling. But with the addition of this second chamber, you've got some added buoyancy. You've got a way to keep yourself afloat while you get back to shore. Obviously, you should always have a PFD as well. That will keep you afloat in the case of an emergency, but this is a nice added safety feature that we really like. Also located at the nose of the board are 4 stainless steel D-rings as well as an elastic bungee cord storage area. At the tail of the board is a very nice raised kick pad, which is great for performing pivot turns and other advanced maneuvers. And last but not least is a large stainless steel D-ring at the tail of the board for attaching the included Sup Leash. Now let's take a quick look at the underside of the board. When you flip this board over, you can really see where the second chamber, the inner chamber, is located on the board. You can't really notice that from the top because it's hidden underneath the traction pad. By looking at the board from the bottom, you can see where that inner chamber is located. The bottom of the board, as I mentioned, has a single fin design, and there is also a large heavy-duty stainless steel D-ring located at the nose for tethering or towing the board. To attach the center fin, it's super simple. This uses a very popular design. It's basically a channel that you slide the fin into. No tools required. Just slide the fin into place and then slide in the secure locking pin. Once that's done, the fin's secure and it's not going anywhere. Now let's take a quick look at what else comes with the board. First of all, you've got this nice dual action SUP pump. This is a nice manual SUP pump. As I mentioned, it has dual action, which means it has 2 modes. When you begin inflating your board, you want to slide in this red plug and screw it into place. That will activate dual action mode, which will add air on both the upstrokes and the downstrokes to your board. It allows you to quickly add air in the most efficient way possible to your board. Once pumping begins to become more difficult, simply unscrew and remove the plastic plug. That will activate single action mode, which will give you the leverage needed to fully inflate the board to the recommended pressure of 15 psi. At that point, the upstrokes will not add air to your board. Only on the downstrokes will air be added to the board. This pump also has a convenient built-in pressure gauge on the top of the pump. And as you'll notice, the handles are a bit different than many other pumps. They're much shorter. Actually, the company includes these handle attachments that you can screw into place, which is a really nice design because it allows you to break this pump down into a smaller footprint for easier packability. It's a very nice design and we really like this feature. Of course, the pump also comes with a flexible inflation hose. To use it, you simply screw it into place on the back of the pump and attach the other end of your board. You can also attach the hose to the other side of the pump and use it to extract air from the board when you're done paddling. The included Sup Leash is super high quality. As you can see, it's color coded to match the board nicely. The Velcro used on this is nicer than the Velcro used on most other Sup leashes that you see included with inflatable paddle boards. It's kind of got more of a plasticky texture to it. We really like it. Also, the neoprene padding has this really nice graphic, which just looks nicer than the typical black padding that you see on most leashes. There's a convenient nylon webbed pull at the end of the Velcro, which makes it easy to pull it on and off. And the leash has dual metal swivels at both ends, which prevents tangles. At the other end of the leash is a super secure Velcro closure that folds and then folds over itself and folds over itself yet again. One of the weird things about this leash that we don't like is the fact that they sewed the leash string permanently into the end of the leash. That's, in our opinion, something that needs to be changed. We did mention that to the company and they indicated that they would change that in the future, because by sewing it permanently into the end of the leash, you kind of eliminate the whole advantage of having a leash string to begin with, because now you can't quickly attach and detach your leash from the end of your board. What we do instead of using this string is we bypass it directly and simply Velcro the leash itself to the D-ring at the tail of the board. Also included with the board is a really nice aluminum shaft Sup paddle. This is a basic Sup paddle, but it has a really nice, reliable design. The blade itself is made out of a very rigid, durable nylon material. As I mentioned, the shaft itself is made out of aluminum. It's got a nice black finish to it with some nice branding along the side of the shaft. To assemble the paddle, all you do is simply slide the bottom two pieces together, depress the locking pin, and slide it into place until the pin locks. Then the top simply has a locking clasp that you open. Then you slide the top of the paddle into place to the desired length, and then simply close the locking lever. That's all there is to it. Assembles in just a few seconds, and it's a nice, reliable, secure design. We really like the design of this paddle. It's a nice, solid, basic entry-level paddle. If in the event that you want to upgrade the paddle in the future to something a little bit lighter, a little bit more performance oriented, the company also makes this really nice carbon 70 power paddle, they call it. It's a carbon fiber paddle that's much lighter than the included aluminum shaft paddle. It shares a similar design, locking pin, depress the pin, slide it into place, but it also has an additional locking clasp for just some additional security. And there's also a locking clasp at the top of the paddle. Once again, slide the top of the paddle into place to your desired length, close it, and that's all there is to it. As I mentioned, the carbon fiber shaft paddle does not come included with the board. It's an optional upgrade, but we wanted to mention it in the event that you're interested in a lighter weight, more performance-oriented paddle in the future. It's a great option. This board also comes with a user manual, several PVC repair patches, comes with a valve wrench and a tube of adhesive. So a nice repair kit that's there in the event that you need to do a repair in the future. Last but not least, let's take a closer look at the included Sup Backpack. This backpack is very basic in design, but it's a solid Sup backpack. The material is nice. It's not overly thin like a lot of bags that you see included with boards these days. It's a nice basic Sup backpack that does the trick. We'd love to see a grab handle or two added in the future to the side of the bag. That would make it a little bit more convenient to pull in and out of the car. As of right now, there's only one carrying handle or grab handle. It's located at the very top of the bag. It's got some slight padding to it, and there's a sewn-in rubber Aztron branded patch that's sewn onto the top of the grab handle. Looking at the flip side of the bag, this bag has two very lightly padded adjustable shoulder straps. There's not a lot of padding to these, but they serve the purpose. There's an adjustable sternum strap, which is helpful for stabilizing the pack when it's on your back. And this bag has a nice dual zipper design with a very wide opening that gives you great access to the interior compartment of the bag. There are no compression straps on the outside of the bag. And looking at the interior of the bag, you have a single compression strap at the top of the bag that can be used to kind of cinch everything up once it's fully packed. They do include this separate compression strap that once you deflate this board and roll it up, you can simply slip this over the board and use it to tighten the board up into a smaller footprint to slip it right into your bag. Overall, the 2019 Aztron Urono is a fantastic option if you're looking for a super affordable inflatable touring SUP. The price point on this board is pretty much unbeatable. It's a really good value. We love the fact that the board has the double air chamber technology. Not only does it make this board super stiff on the water, but it also adds that additional element of safety that protects you in the event that there is a board failure of some sort while you're out on the water. Obviously, you always want to paddle with a PFD, so don't rely on the inner chamber for safety, but also always paddle with a PFD of some sort. The performance of this board is great. The board is fast, tracks well, and is very stable in the water. We also like the fact that the company included the nice raised kicktail at the back of the board, which is really nice for advanced maneuvers. As far as value goes, this board is a great value. The included accessory bundle is fantastic, and Aztron also includes a 1-year warranty, which covers you in the event of a manufacturing defect. So that does it for our review of the 2019 Aztron Urono inflatable touring SUP. If you enjoyed this video review, please give us a like by clicking the thumbs up button below. If you've got any questions at all about the board, just post them in the comments area below. We'll make sure to get all of your questions answered. Also, if you want to check the current price of this board or to read other customer reviews, visit inflatableboarder.com/Urono. Again, that link is www.inflatableboarder.com/Urono, or you can simply click the link in the video description below. Last but not least, if you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, we invite you to go ahead and do that now. And until next time, happy paddling.